right, ladies, so today you're gonna get two brushes in one tutorial because I'm going to be using the beloved line brush. This is one brush I cannot live without. I seriously couldn't because there are some days where I just put like the lightest hack on ever and even maybe not even that, just like a little brightener under my eyes, and I only do my brows. Because brows can make or break a face. I think like it can make such a big difference. So I'll be showing you how to line your brows today. I'll be showing you how to use this brush with using one of our eyeshadow colors and our brow wax. So I can do our eyebrows with our contour, and I know a lot of you use it that way and it's fabulous, but I wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit and show you how versatile all of our products are. And so I'm going to be using an eyeshadow, and it's going to be the same eyeshadow that I'm going to be using in my eyeshadow quad that I've thrown together using our lovely eyeshadow brush. And I know you guys have seen this one because I use it quite frequently in my eyeshadow tutorials, and it can do everything, even lining your eyes. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to probably do an eye look with lining, like a tight line with this eye, and then with our eyeshadow brush to line just kind of like a feathered in line on this eye. That's probably what we'll do. But to get started, I'm going to get our Stay Setting Spray, or if you don't have that, you can just use water. We shake it real well. And I'm just going to do a light spray of, that was not light, sorry. I got a little trigger happy, of our Stay Spray onto our spoolie end, and then we're going to just rub it in our brow wax just to kind of get a nice coat. If you do your contour color as your eyebrow shade, then you can do this afterwards, but since I'm using our powder eyeshadow to do my contour today, I am using our brow wax first. And really, again, just like everything else with Seint, there is no right or wrong way to do it. So you just do what you feel comfortable with. You do you, right? So we're just going to get that brow wax good and coated onto our eyebrows. You can already see like a difference. It's just gonna kind of help hold them in place. My eyebrows like to go cray a lot. And so we're just gonna do the same thing with this eye. And I got a little brow wax on my spoolie, and we're just gonna kind of feather them out just like that, okay? So it kind of gives us something to work with. Then I'm gonna flip it around and go to my line end, and I'm gonna go into Trust Eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna kind of dip it in lightly. A little bit goes a long way. And I'm gonna start by lining around, like making an outline of my eyebrows first. This is what I do when I use eyeshadow one, and I feel like it just kind of gives a guide for me to work with. Again, no right or wrong way. Like, I get so quiet because I start concentrating so hard. I promise it's really not difficult at all. It is just a little bit, I don't want to say challenging, but different for sure, doing it in a camera phone instead of a mirror. So I just kind of make a line, and then I filled in between those two lines, kind of like with our contour on our face. So I just make a line, an outline where we work with, and then I just kind of dip it in and light hand, just feather that on there, nice and easy. And then same thing, just kind of pull it out and fill those girls in. I love our brow wax, guys. I am obsessed with our brow wax. It's just amazing. And we're currently dog sitting, and it's still Christmas break. So, you know, kids are probably going to be coming in and out. I've tried to warn them that I'm doing this for you guys. But guys, look at this eyebrow versus the one that's not done. Look at just how amazing of a, like, what a big difference, right? Baby Bella, I put her in the backyard, sweetie. That's, shh, hey, hold on, I'm busy. I'm sorry, see, I'm trying to warn y'all. I knew that was coming. As soon as I heard that door, I was like, yep. We're dog sitting for my parents while they're in Colorado visiting family. So I'm sitting here talking and just like going over my eyebrows. We don't have to do that. I just got a little distracted and then a little ADD kicked in. But I was trying to put her out backyard because she's been awfully whiny and the kids don't want to take her with every single where they go. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll get through a tutorial without hearing a dog whine, which we haven't because, you know, she's whining by the back door. It's okay. I promise we'll go love on her in a minute. Actually, I'm sure Adeline's going to love on her right now because she can't stand to hear that girl whine and cry. So sweet. All right, so again, it doesn't normally take quite this long, but I'm trying to do this in a camera phone, like a phone camera. We just fill in those girls. It just gives a nice, gorgeous line to them. And you see how she can be a little unruly. These ones down here can get a little bit unruly for sure. So, but ladies, don't skip your brows. Even if you don't do them like I am, even if you just use your contour instead of a eyeshadow, even if you don't have brow wax, which you need anyway, but just do your brows because, and everyone's gonna have like an asymmetrical brow because that's just life. It just is. Just part of it. But this, look how simple it was. Look how good they look, right? So love our brows. This brush can also be used to do a tight line on our lips, although I've already lined my lips for today because I already did my hack earlier. And it also, I'll show you guys with one of my eyes, it can do a tight line on under our eyes as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with our eyeshadow look today. I'm gonna be using Trust eyeshadow, which is what I just used for my brows, Basic, and You Complete Me, along with Glamazing Illuminator. Y'all, Glamazing Illuminator is where it's at. It's gorgeous. It's a staple, and it should be a staple in your compact because it's just lovely. I love it so much. But we're gonna just start with Basic, and we're just gonna dip a little bit into our Basic, and we're gonna kind of dab off that excess. You see how it just kind of flows? And you're gonna hold the brush way back here at the back of the brush, and that is gonna give us better control and a lighter touch. Versus if you hold it way up here close like a pencil, you're gonna get, it's just not gonna apply as smoothly. It'll look pretty either way, but I have found what works well for me, holding the brush further back like this, and it just doing the windshield wiper motion, because, I mean, y'all are gonna remember it now that I said that, right? And try to keep your eye open when you're doing this. I have hooded eyes, meaning you see how they just folded over on top of my lid? So if I just put it right in my crease, you wouldn't see that Basic. So I have to go up a little bit, which is why I leave my eyes open when I am applying my eyeshadows. So just little tips, if you have hooded eyes, a lot of us ladies do. Some of us even just have partially hooded, but It's super common, but an easy fix for making our eyeshadow stand out, so never fear. All right, so I got my basic. This is going to be our transitions shade, so it's going to kind of help ease that difference in colors that we're going to use, okay? All right, so now I've got my basic, right? I just have it right in my crease and just a little bit over that, just to help with my hooded eye look, right? All right, and then I also, before I got started, I had my hack done, so I have my brightener highlight as my primer for my eyeshadow look. Our Tangled Cream eyeshadow is also a wonderful primer as well, so whichever you prefer. I just already had that done. All right, I'm gonna flip over to this more densely packed dome shaped almost end of our brush, and I'm gonna dip it into our trust, and I'm gonna make a backwards, well, apparently I did not dip it well enough, or I got too much off, backwards C, okay? Just like that. I know it looks crazy. Then I got a little too much on this side, but it's okay, we'll blend it. Again on this side, again, and try to keep your eye open, except for when we're going down here, so you can see where you need to place that backwards C. If your eye is closed and you're trying to do it right here, then you open your eye. Again, you see how part of that just got a little hidden. So you want to make sure your eye is open if you can, and you have to train yourself, I'm sure, to make that backwards C. But that just kind of helps with placement better. We'll flip back in around to this fluffy end, and we're just gonna blend this girl out. Blending, blending. Okay, blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. This eyeshadow brush can do everything. I mean everything. It's so, so great. I love it a lot. All right, so you saw how stark it was. You still see how stark it is over on this side of my eye, right? And how well this side, this fluffy end, just blended that shade right out. It's just, I mean, so easy, so simple, just by a little bit of, you know, circular light hand motions. And then I'll just kind of rub it in, and I'm gonna put just a teensy bit more up some right here on this eye, just to kind of give a little more shadow, and then blend that in. And then I'm gonna go with our lid shade. This one's You Completely Me, and I'm gonna use my finger, and I'm just gonna kind of dab it on like so. I love this one. Y'all probably hear me say that about everything, and it's true, because there's not something I have found that I don't like yet, but it's just because they're so well made. All right, so just kind of pressed that in. I like my lid color to be very pigmented, so that's why I use my finger for that. It just helps those shades stand out and just really pop. Now I'm gonna go in with my Glamazing Illuminator, back with the fluffy end of my brush, and I'm just gonna kind of toss a little bit right here under my brow bone, and then also right here in the corner of my eye, and that just helps really brighten our eyes when we put it right here in the corner. I mean, look at the difference when we just put a little right here in the corner. I mean, how big is that? And you can even pull it down a little. I love to do that. Just really brightens that eye. I love Glamazing. She's gorgeous. Just adds a little shimmer. All right, and then the other eye, just kind of blend it in right there under that brow bone, and then right here in the corner of our eye. All right, so that is our eye look. How easy was that, guys? Super easy, effortless, all using this brush. I mean, it can do everything. Now I'm going to show you on this side. I told y'all what I was going to do. I'm going to use this end of my brush. I'm going to dip it into my truss. So just dipped it in, the little pointy part. And I'm just going to kind of feather in. I'm going to take that line that's already right here. And I'm just going to feather in a little liner look. But this just gives like a really light blend, right? And doesn't take away from the brightness of our eye. All right, so we got a little liner, even lined our eye with our eyeshadow brush. How cool is that? All right, so my next trick with my line brush is to take one little spray, it's all it takes, to get a little bit of your Stay Spray in the lid. All right, wrong end, sorry. And then we're just going to dip our brush side into the Stay Spray. And then we're going to lightly dip into our trust, all right? And then we're just going to apply a more tight line. Sorry, I cannot talk and do this at the same time. All right, got a little happy there. So that just kind of gives us a little tighter line, and we can even do like a little wing here at the end. I know some of y'all like that look. But to each his own, right? Sorry, I'm like poking my eyeball trying to. You see how this one's just a little bit darker, a little bit tighter of a line. And we can even do our little wing look over here with our liner. And this one's a little bit softer. Both great, both equally fun. And I see a little spot that I missed with my brows up here. So since I got that same trust, since, you know, we're using trust for everything today, trust is just a staple, and yeah, glad I love it. So yeah, there you have it, ladies. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you learned something.